Hi everyone, this is Michael with the general reading for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hello and welcome, whether you're watching for yourself or cross-watching for another individual with these placements. This is the reading for October 2019. I want to thank all of you who have been supporting this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. It's because of all of you we actually just broke 25,000 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. It really is a gift to be able to share these messages with all of you. I love being part of this YouTube tarot community online, and I hope you feel as welcome on this channel as you have made me feel. I would actually like to thank all of you by offering a chance to win a free personal reading or Reiki session. I'm going to be launching another giveaway on my Instagram. The winner will have their choice between the two. I'm going to be doing that within a week or so be sure to follow me on all of my social media and be sure to subscribe if you haven't done that already to ensure that you don't miss out on this or future giveaways. I think it's just a really nice way to say thank you to all of you. I really do appreciate it. Again, it's just incredible to do this work. I'm very blessed. Thank you. I also have all of the links in my social media, I have all of the links for my social media in the description box down below, as well as links for personal readings, Reiki sessions, and donations for those of you who feel so called. For those of you who are brand new to this channel, I do like to start off each of these general monthly readings with an astrological report. I will invite someone in the comment section down below to include a timestamp that jumps ahead to when the actual reading begins. But I do feel like tarot and astrology do complement each other very nicely, so I would personally recommend listening to it, and then maybe once I'm shuffling, just go skip ahead. But I think it really does help you figure out what might be happening when, specifically. And I do have a blog post with all of the transits and aspects for the specific month in the description box down below as well. It's the astrological forecast for October 2019. Now, for you, Sagittarius, this is kind of an interesting month. We are moving through Libra right now, and we're going to be ending up in Scorpio, which are your 11th and 12th house respectively. So there's a lot of focus on friendship, on networking, and putting yourself out there. Some of you might be feeling very social right now. And we did have we had Pluto go direct on October 3rd in Capricorn. So there's also a big focus on money, finances, security, home, wealth, work for some of you. And how all of this is playing out is that as we are moving through Libra season, as the planets begin moving through Scorpio, we are going to have a lot of focus move into the spiritual for you. And with Pluto going direct, that's actually Scorpio's ruling planet, that is going direct in your second house in Capricorn, which is the house of your values, both monetary and ideals, your the abstract version of values, whatever that means to you. There's been a lot of transformation, I think, that's been going on for you there. And there might have been some financial hardship as well. There might have been some loss of jobs or change in home or change in stability and security that was a little bit wobbly for you. And that's because Pluto went retrograde in April of 2019. And there's been a lot of delays. There's been a lot of difficult energy because Saturn also went retrograde in April as well, but Saturn went direct last month, and now Pluto is going direct this month on the 3rd. And it's like whatever transformations have been taking place, they are now becoming visible. You are now seeing the aftermath of that, and it might be affecting the way that you view your possessions. It might be affecting the way that you view your work, the way you earn your money. It's like there's kind of this crisis here. Some of you are actually starting new jobs. Some of you are... You've been going through a lot of change in this area with the second house stuff. And I see that there's a lot of spiritual stuff that is going to be coinciding these changes with Scorpio being your 12th house. And we do have an Aries full moon on the, what is it? It's on the 13th. And that's going to be a really good time to get in touch with yourself, really own your sense of self, your sense of identity, to start taking actions, to doing things that feel good, to doing the things you really want to do in life. And for you, that Aries placement is actually your 5th house, your creativity. Really working on something that brings you a lot of pleasure, or just having fun, enjoying yourself. And you're going to be getting rid of things that prevent you from doing that. Really lightening up. You know, because once the full moon starts to wane, that's a really good time to start letting things go. For those of you who work with moon or do moon rituals or moon magic. I do feel like with this Scorpio new moon, as well as all of the other stuff that's happening in Scorpio, on October 28th, coupled with the fact we have Mercury going retrograde on October 31st, which is going to cause all sorts of fun delays and miscommunications and misinformation to come about, I am actually getting the sense that psychic abilities are really going up for the collective right now, especially for you, because this is happening in your 12th house. This is happening in your subconscious, your spiritual self. And you might not understand what is happening, especially with Mercury going retrograde, or you might have a hard time putting all of this into words. There's going to be a lot of energy that is going through this spiritual self for you. And there might be some losses, there might be some uncomfortable feelings, but it's because you're becoming more sensitive, both emotionally and psychically. And that's actually very, very exciting. Especially with Samhain, especially with all of the stuff with Scorpio, the way I'm looking at this, it's actually opening up a window for mediumship and communication with deceased loved ones or spirit guides. So some of you may be getting communication and your clairs psychically. You might be getting clairaudient messages, clairvoyant messages, claircognizant messages, whatever is most natural to you. You might just have the sense of knowing that someone is around you or with you. It could also just be signs or synchronicities. You might see signs from dead loved ones who are communicating with you from the other side. Just stay open to that. I feel like it's a really powerful time to connect if that's something you've been really wanting to do. Especially with Samhain or Halloween, the veil is at its thinnest. And with Mercury going retrograde, the planet of communication, of ideas, of thoughts, of travel, taking this inward focus, there is a lot of energy going into your psyche, your subconscious, and kind of discovering what's there, and also psychically picking up on very strong currents as well. So I think it's going to be a really, really interesting time. We do also have all of the inner planets moving through Scorpio, which are Mars, Venus, Mercury. They're going to be opposing Uranus in Taurus, so that's going to kind of create some tension as well. So that might be a little bit uncomfortable for some of you. It could be creating some strain between the friends you're surrounding yourself with, because Taurus is your 11th house. So it might be, or I'm sorry, that's not true. Taurus is your, let me do the math really quickly, sorry. Taurus is your 6th house. So this is actually going to be affecting the way that you live your day-to-day life, which is kind of what we were talking about at the beginning here. The way you make money, the way you work, it's also going to be affecting your routine. You might be having a lot of tension there, or people just being really rigid, or not feeling like you don't have enough time to do the things you have to do. Keep all of that in mind, because it is kind of making you challenge the way you structure your life. Sorry for that ding, that was my Instant Pot. You are in my kitchen. What can I say? I'm a Cancer midheaven. I have my cup of tea here too, so very cozy right now. But yeah, you know, I think it's going to be a really interesting month for you. I know the 12th house kind of gets a bad rap. I have my sun in the 12th house personally. I'm really excited. I also have a Sagittarius moon, so what's coming up in this reading is going to apply to me as well. So, or maybe, we'll see. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I am getting for the astrological report right now. Do keep in mind that this reading is a general reading, meaning not all of the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you specifically. It is up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what applies to your own life and what should be left behind for somebody else. If you'd like further clarity or this video just didn't resonate, you are more than welcome to check out your moon, rising, or Venus sign videos. If you don't know what those are, I have a natal chart calculator in the description box down below that should help you figure out what those planets are for you. I also recommend keeping in mind that the roles could be switched. So other people in this reading might actually be your own energy or vice versa. So keep that in mind, especially if you're cross-watching for somebody who has a lot of Sagittarius placements. You might be the other person involved. So just keep it open and take it as it applies and leave the rest behind. Now I am shuffling to see what you have been going through coming into the month of October. This could be September or even further back for some of you. Oops. These are kind of just the themes that you've been focused on. The energy as it has been. Of course, it is important to keep in mind that for these general readings, time is especially fluid. For some of you, this might end up happening for you in the month of October, and that's totally okay. It's just the way the energy is flowing for this collective, and some of you are going to be hitting things sooner than others, and just stay open to that too. So I do have the 6 of Cups and the 9 of Cups that came out together. This is showing up in the day-to-day for you. The Death card and the emotions and the heart. And the 9 of Swords. There's definitely a lot of anxiety that you've been going through. Maybe some restlessness, some sleepless nights here with this 9 of Swords. This is showing up in your mind, your thoughts. You might be having nightmares or dreams that are troubling you, or maybe just a very active dream life. But I'm feeling like most of you, you're having some sort of sleep disturbance here, or some sort of emotional disturbance here, maybe brought on by sleep disturbance or vice versa. They kind of interplay. And I do see that there is definitely a change that is happening here that doesn't necessarily feel very comfortable with the Death card. This could be involving a Scorpio for some of you, or someone who has a lot of Scorpio placements. But I'm feeling like this change is letting go of something you might be having a hard time letting go. But there is actually a lot of healing that is taking place. You may still kind of be in the thick of it, but you're already healing. With the 9 of Cups and the 6 of Cups here. Yeah, and we have 2 9s. There's definitely something that came to an end, something that came to a completion here, the end of a cycle. It could actually be involving family for some of you with this 6 of Cups, or someone from the past, someone you share a lot of history with. And there has been this focus on your own happiness as well. Maybe some of you had to let go of this connection because it was no longer conducive to the life you wanted to live. Or maybe it was stripped from you because it was no longer conducive to your vibration. It was no longer in resonance for you. But I do see that this end feels kind of painful. Even though it looks good, it does look beneficial on the surface. You might even seem like you're doing well to other people. They might not even realize this is going on for you. Beneath the surface, there is some pain here. There is some loss. There is some mourning. There's some anxiety, some grief. And it's like, it's in your head. It's in your heart. It's not necessarily in your life. I do actually see that there is some sort of wish that is coming true as well. Maybe you've been putting out your intentions or desires to the universe, and part of this manifesting, it needed to clear out stagnant or old energy that was preventing you from moving forward. Whew, kind of heavy stuff, honestly. The Swan card. It's been a reflective time for you. Some of you might, I hate to say these terms, some of you might be dealing with a twin flame. For those of you that resonates for, I see that because I have the mirror image of the swan here. I do kind of think of the swan as a bit of a twin flame card, but I think it's really important to reflect, to meditate, sit with this energy, sit with this uncomfortable feeling, because it's showing you about yourself, regardless of whether this is referring to a twin flame connection or something that's very important to your heart or just another relationship, regardless of how you label that. It's acknowledging that everything is a mirror. And it's very important for you to reflect, to take time for yourself, to meditate, to pray. Writing is also a big component to the Swan card. It's associated with the Hindu goddess Saraswati, who is the goddess of poetry, of language. Maybe that's what's giving you happiness. You're becoming more creative. But I do feel like overall, it's been kind of an introverted time for you, Sagittarius. You've really been reflecting on a lot of things. And I do feel like spiritually, we were talking about the end of the month, you kind of coming into a lot of spiritual gifts or your awareness of things. I do feel like you're already beginning to do that. We're now going to be looking at what is starting in October, what is coming in, what is being introduced, what ideas, themes, maybe some people. What is the energy entering into Sagittarius's life for the month of October 2019? This is especially pertinent to the first half of October. But again, just take the time windows with a grain of salt. Time is fluid here. Show me clearly. There we go. Show me clearly. What are the messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Okay, so we have the Father of Wands, the World. This has been showing up for a lot of people, by the way. And the Three of Cups. So, Father of Wands, this could be referring to a fire sign, another fire sign, so an Aries, Leo, or another Sagittarius. This is especially Leo energy, could also be a late Cancer as well. I do feel like your energy, again, it comes across very strong to the people around you. Like the people you work with, even the people you live with, they might not realize just what you're going through behind the scenes. I do feel like you're very focused on something, either work or a passion. This could be someone around you who is helping you as well, especially if they are another fire sign, or someone who's just kind of entrepreneurial, very driven, focused. With this World card, there is a sense of a cycle closing out here. One thing has ended, especially with the Death card in the past. There is now this new beginning for you at the start of October, which is really nice to see. And I feel like with the Three of Cups, you are socializing more. So even though you were a bit isolated coming into October, maybe in September, it was a bit of an introverted month for you, I do see that you're connecting with people, especially a fire sign maybe. But it feels more like connecting with friends, putting yourself out there, socializing, maybe mingling if you're single, and going on dating apps, meeting new people. I feel like that's all a lot of what is going to be happening for you for the first part of October. Although I do want to clarify this World card. Why is the World card here? The Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you're starting a new project, and you might be working on this project with other people, or there's just this sense of collaboration that wasn't there before. Some of you might actually be moving or traveling for work as well. I could potentially see that for some of you, especially abroad with the World card. But I feel like this is kind of a new opportunity for you, and there are people who are helping you now. They are coming in here. Even though things felt kind of lonely or isolated, I do feel like you're surrounding yourself with more people, or people are coming around you now. Maybe they're almost surrounding you because you have this Fire of Wands energy. Again, I feel like a lot of you're really not presenting how you actually feel. Or you've been able to kind of keep that under wraps. You've been a bit guarded with that. What is the animal wisdom for Sagittarius? Let's see. Animal wisdom for Sagittarius. Interesting. So we do have the Crow, which is a card of spirituality. It is a card of intuition here. But Crow also is found in flocks. It's found in a murder of crows, is what a group of crows is called, which is very appropriate, especially for October. I do feel like psychically you really are waking up, and there could be other people around you, maybe someone who's very spiritually advanced, who's helping you awaken your own psychic gifts as well. I do feel like the people you are surrounding yourself with, it is definitely this sense of birds of a feather flocking together. These are people who are very like-minded spirits. They aren't shunning you for your darkness, for your mystery here. They find it interesting. They feel like like-minded spirits. Hi, so you may notice that the rest of the reading is not actually live. It's because for some reason my phone thought the memory was full and it stopped recording, and it wasn't. I don't know why. But I do have the rest of the cards laid out here for you. I do feel like these are still resonant with the message I have been getting, and I have the Five of Pentacles here, the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. And I gotta be honest with you, Sagittarius, I do get the sense that someone is kind of deceiving you. I get the sense that someone isn't being very forthcoming. If they're not deceiving you, I almost get the sense that they're just not being honest, they're not being direct with how they feel. But for a lot of you, it's like, with this Five of Pentacles, it's like someone is leaving you out in the cold, someone is not feeling their end of the bargain, someone is dropping a ball here, and it feels like you're kind of taking on the consequences, or it's affecting you personally in some way. I do see with the Seven of Swords, some of you, this could actually be you, who are not being very forthcoming. Maybe you're being a bit evasive with your answers to someone. You might be distrustful of them because of something that had happened in the past. But to be honest, I get the sense that this person is trying to deceive you. With the Seven of Cups here, this is showing up in communication. Something isn't what it seems. And if you are looking at signing a contract or starting a new job or moving into a new place, I would definitely read the fine print, because I wonder if something is going to be happening that might bite you later. We do also have Mercury going retrograde right at the end of the month as well, so we're going to be in that post-shadow phase, or I'm sorry, the pre-shadow Mercury retrograde phase. There might be some miscommunications or misunderstandings that are happening for you, but I gotta be honest, Sagittarius, what I am really feeling is that there is someone who is going to be coming in, or someone around you who is being a bit deceitful or indirect with you. And they're not fulfilling their end of the bargain here. I feel like with the crow showing up for you, your intuition is very strong. You might know there is something off here or something isn't right. You might not be able to put into words what it is. You might not have a reason not to trust this person. They seem totally trustworthy on the surface, but I want you to trust this. I also have, as another animal card that I drew, the moth card. Immediately I thought of moth to the flame. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. If you're looking for a quick solution or a quick answer to something, an easy way out, I would be very distrustful or very skeptical. Especially if something about in your intuition is just saying, this isn't quite right, this seems too easy. Or this seems too straightforward. Like you have this sense something else is wrong. And obviously this is a general reading. It's not going to apply to all of you. But I do feel like there is this sense of trying to find an easy solution. Being drawn to something that's very alluring or someone that's very alluring. But your intuition is trying to tell you not to go towards this situation or to be very, very careful. I do potentially see a loss of money for some of you as well, so be very careful with making any sort of investments or anything like that, signing any contracts. Seems really interesting. I do feel like if you are feeling a bit lonely towards the end of October as well with this 5 of Pentacles, I do remember the traditional art for this card being a mother and child, and it's like, even though you find yourself withdrawing and introverting again at the end of October or maybe even November for some of you, I do get the sense that there is somebody else around you. You're not alone. There is definitely a transformation that's happening, a very spiritual transformation with the moth here. Oof. And I'm sorry that things kind of end on a bit of a heavy note, but it does feel like you are supposed to hear this message, but someone doesn't want you to. It's almost a bit like psychic attack, to be honest. So really trust your intuition. Someone isn't being completely honest. Now, because this was a little bit heavy or a little dark, I would like to add a little color. I do have a color healing deck here. Interesting. Oops. Sorry, I just had half the deck fall out. Let's try that again. Okay. So the 2 cards that come out for you, interestingly enough, both are master numbers. We have 11, Auburn, and 33, Aqua. I do get the sense here that it's really important for you to ground your energy. It's really important for you to go inward, maybe into some uncomfortable emotions here. Again, there's not an easy way out of this transformation that you've been going through. You're supposed to go through it. You're not supposed to avoid it. I still feel like things are taking quite a positive turn, but there is someone towards the end of October who might be coming in who is trying to deceive you. I'm going to read these from the booklet here. This is a new deck, and they offer very specific guided visualizations to work with these two colors. So the first one is Auburn. This actually showed up for, I believe it was Scorpio. So Auburn is a fantastic color for grounding yourself and providing universal intelligence. Regeneration, increased concentration, and a higher level of patience, stability, and practicality are all among Auburn's gifts. Ground yourself in the now with Auburn rays of light. Imagine that your feet are magnetized to the earth and its rich colors. Place your bare feet on the ground outside. Breathe deeply and feel the energy and healing power of the earth. Visualize Auburn's rays moving through your body and into the earth. Feel how the rays ground you into the present moment. Enjoy the feeling of connectedness, allowing Auburn to regenerate your body. Say, Divine Spirit, connect me to your infinite power and intelligence. Allow me to walk my true path of wisdom, peace, and joy. And I do feel like there is a lot spiritually that is going on for you towards the end of the month, because again, all of these planets are moving towards your 12th house or through your 12th house in Scorpio, and there is a lot of spiritual stuff that is happening for you. So it's important that you ground your energy and that you're bringing all of this interconnectedness down into your day-to-day life. I do also have Aqua here, 33. And if you are in the northern hemisphere, like I am, and it's getting cold outside because it is, I don't know why it was like 40 something the other night in upstate New York for October. That's like really cold. If it's really cold and you don't want to be barefoot, you can actually just touch a tree and it will do the same thing. Trees are naturally grounded. You still get the negative ionic exchange that helps keep you calm and grounds you to the earth. So you can just touch a tree and do this process as well. But it's really important that you ground your energy, especially if you're feeling really unsure or, you know, trying to weigh your options here, trying to figure something out, getting calm. And, you know, that's actually the Aqua energy, peace and calm. Aqua creates a state of serenity, tranquility, and peace by soothing your mind and calming your nerves. It is a great color to work with in meditation when you would like to experience inner stillness. It is also a color of patience, faith, acceptance, and coolness. Aqua dissolves your fears to increase your confidence and belief in yourself. So really trusting in your intuition, believing in yourself. Spend some time relaxing and focusing on your inner stillness. Imagine beautiful rays of aqua light moving through your nervous system, calming, purifying, and creating a sense of peace. Say to yourself, Divine Spirit, infuse me with the healing aqua light, calm my nerves, and allow me to experience a sense of peace and tranquility. So yeah, I would really get some time outside, especially near a body of water if that is available to you with this aqua card here. I do feel like it's really important that before you make any decisions that your mind is very still, very calm. And I do feel like you are going to have a decision to make. You are going to have several options. You might not know what the right choice is. And I do feel like someone is trying to deceive you. So really getting into the state of inner stillness, the state of calm, I don't want you to freak out hearing this. This is something that you can avoid. And I feel like it'll be pretty obvious. Like, again, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Just be very skeptical and very careful, and I think you'll all be okay. Those are all the messages I am getting for you now, Sagittarius. I do hope that this reading was helpful. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below how this resonated with you. Also, if you liked the color reading cards, I'm adding these to the general readings when I feel like the reading's kind of heavy and needs a little lightness or something to kind of recurve. So I'd be really curious to get your feedback there. Again, I have all of my links in the description box if you're interested in a reading, Reiki session, or donation, and all of my links for my social media platforms. I will see you all in the next video. Bye, Sagittarius.